Black travelers spend over $50 billion each year going to new places and seeing new things, I guess like Kanye in Wyoming. With black travelers being younger and disproportionately women than the overall travel market, a number of sites and services have sprouted up to serve the growing demand. As the heart of the travel season is upon us, where should we book a flight to and what should we do? Here to ask us is a person who has done such travel, Renee Jackson, who took a year off to travel the world, going to 3 different continents and 12 countries during 12 months. Renee, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, no problem. I'm so happy to be here.
So, can you talk about what spurred you to leave your job in New York City and say, I'm a black woman, I'm at a midpoint in my career, but I'm going to travel the world?
So I've been seeing articles and Facebook posts of people who have left their job or just gone on these really long trips. And I always thought it was such a cool experience and so interesting because I've always loved traveling, but I've never done like a long trip.
Hmm.
So I wanted to do it, but it was just a matter of when, how I saved the money, and when I knew I would be ready. So there was that part of it, but there was also sort of me feeling a little bit restless at work. I wasn't growing, I wasn't expanding as much as I wanted to. So I said, you know what? I might as well do it now. There's never going to be a perfect time. So I just took the leap of faith.
So, did you visit any of the number of Black travel movement sites? Did you read books? Did you talk to anyone? Or did you literally just say, this is what I'm doing, and you called and you booked your ticket and you left?
Oh no, I sent a blast out to a whole bunch of friends and said, listen, I'm thinking of traveling. I remember you went to Colombia or you went to South Africa. Where did you go? Where did you stay? Do you know people there? And I also talked to people that were from those different countries that could kind of give me the inside track on where I should go and what I should see. So I definitely did a lot of research beforehand. And I did look at some blogs and some Facebook groups that are specifically for travelers and for Black travelers as well.
Now, what's interesting to me about the places that you chose is that they're disproportionately black and brown. You traveled overwhelmingly to places, as I mentioned, in South America, in Asia, in Africa. And so I'm wondering, was that conscious on your part, or that's just the way that it happened to be structured for you? And if it was conscious, why?
Well, it was definitely on purpose. Well, the first was I was sort of driven by weather. I wanted to be in totally warm places the entire time that I was gone, partly because I love warm weather and also because it would cut down on the amount of packing that I would have to do. I wouldn't have to take warm weather and cold weather.
Hmm.
But the thing that really nailed it for me is when I talked to a friend who quit his job and went to travel for 8 months, and he was like, listen, consider focusing on places where people are brown because that's what he does. He says it's awesome to go places where you're celebrated and not tolerated. And I said, wow, it was really interesting to me. I never really thought about it like that. And particularly when I got to Africa, people would say things like, welcome home. And that is like so amazing. And even in South America, the people would say, oh, look, I'm brown, you're brown, brown, brown. And so it was great to be just a part of the majority and not feel a certain way about my skin color. And it was really, really, really enriching and really embracing.
Hmm. Yeah, I was in South Africa in December, and I had that exact same experience where you suddenly realize that on the planet, that the experience that we have is actually the minority experience, right? That like you go to most places on the planet, and people who look like us are actually in the majority. I'm wondering, so what did that experience do for you? I'm wondering, did that change you in any way? Did it have an impact on you? And how is it coming back into your experience here in the United States?
Yeah, it definitely had an impact on me because it was so freeing. It was really the first time where I saw our culture, like you were just saying, as the majority, and for us to feel comfortable in our own skin in a really major way in these different parts of the world. particularly where the people are brown, especially in Africa.
Mm.
And when I got back, it was really interesting because I lived in Harlem, and it was the first since I was walking around my neighborhood, and I was like, wow, we are so not free in this country.
Huh.
You know, a lot of the countries that I visited, they definitely have their issues, but it's just unfortunate to see kind of what has happened to us in this country and what we are like fighting against in 2018 still.
I want to thank you so much for the bravery that you showed in doing that, and also for coming on our show tonight to tell us about your experiences. It's been great.
Oh, no problem. And I just want to say, like, the bravery was a huge part. So anybody who's watching this that's afraid, trust and believe that I was terrified, even up until the moment that I boarded my first flight to go to Costa Rica. I was terrified to quit. I was terrified to not be making money. I was terrified to be alone. And, you know, facing your fears is one of the best blessings in life. So do it.
It's actually the only way that you grow.
That's right.
Thank you so much again for coming on, and we look forward to perhaps following your travels in another year-long sojourn around the world, and either us going along with you, yay, or coming back afterwards and telling us all about it. So thank you so much again.
Thank you.
For more information about the Black Travel Movement and how you can hit the road, visit thelaststep.org and click on How to Help.